is you interlock the two.
Now stretch them right as
Soccer. And the
Quiet, please. In exactly 15 seconds, we'll be on the air.
I felt like a reptile. Like a reptile. I felt like a reptile.
We are recording, but we're not at the same time.
Oh no, we're definitely.
We're definitely recording, but we're not ready to record.
Ever.
All good.
Not, yeah? All good?
All good.
Look at you three. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. Which one's
which? I've got to be speak.
No, you're definitely not. Well, yeah, no, you should be speak no evil.
Okay.
I don't know other than that.
What are the other options?
Yeah.
Hear
no evil and see no evil.
You've got to be see no.
I definitely see so much.
Yeah, you see far too much.
So what would that be? Here.
Mysteries. The mystery. The fourth one is create no evil. That's mystery.
We're about to create a monkey.
Yeah. See, they gave me shit for not talking to my mic, and now you're not doing it.
Hey, I got props last week. They said, Daniel, your idiot friend is too loud. You're welcome, fuckers.
I think, to be fair, I think it was the levels on the export. That was probably my bad.
Okay.
Okay, so 117 YouTube comments are Slim's fault. Nice one, dude.
How are we?
All good.
Yeah.
How are you?
Good, man. Good. What are we talking about today?
I don't know.
Well, we've got the fights coming up this weekend.
We have that you broke down.
Warham's doing
masterfully.
well. Warham's doing well. Yeah. Go on then. Let's talk about the fights then. No, let's talk about chasing status.
Go on.
Oh, we got a video coming out for that.
Yes.
We got something. Yeah. Keep an eye on the channel. Chasing status in Oxford on Saturday night was just.
It'll be this week.
It'll be this week, will it? Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, maybe even tomorrow. Or today.
Unless,
or yesterday, depending.
It would have been yesterday. Yeah, I see what you're spinning me out. I see what you're saying. Yeah, they were awesome. So shout out to Chasing Status. That was great. And they're coming to Leicester soon as well, so we'll be there at that one. Go on, let's talk about the fights this weekend then.
So, the Johnny Jones phenomenon.
Yes.
What are we saying? Like, let's just say he gets a flash knocked out.
Yep.
What happens then?
Rematch.
Is it just an immediate
rematch? It's got to be. It's got to be.
So not a lot changes.
It's what's weird about title fights is especially if someone's been the champion for a long time. If they lose the belt and they lose it by knockout or like a fast submission or something, generally people want to see a rematch. If they lose consistently over 25 minutes, like Max Holloway against Volkanovski, it's like, okay, yeah, no, I'm not ready to see that one again.
You made your point.
Yeah, it's kind of
apart from Wonder Boy and.
But knockouts definitely, because people have still got this idea that knockouts can happen accidentally, which I like the idea of.
Yeah,
I can't see Jon Jones getting knocked out.
I can't see him losing. I can't. I can't see him losing in any way. But it's one of them where I was listening to Robert Downey Jr. and Joe Rogan. It was good, but they were.
Did they do a podcast?
Yeah, recently.
Really?
Yeah, well, he's got Dr. Dolittle coming out, hasn't he?
And apparently it's not very good.
Just watch Sherlock Holmes again, because that's fucking sick. Have you seen both of them? Oh man,
yeah, they're
the Sherlock Holmes are fucking.
Although the Cumberbatch one's supposed to be good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wad's always talking about that one, which I haven't had a chance to watch yet.
Well, he's a fine English gentleman, so
Well,
Wad will be all about the business. But when I was listening to the podcast, they were talking about the Cowboy and Conor fight, and the fact that it's now happened is dead easy to just dismiss it instantly, to be like, meh. 10 seconds, fuck off, it's gone, it's finished. But when you hear someone talking about it in the past that wasn't aware what the result was going to be, it was the excitement building up to that, which is that, like, at the minute, we think, head and heart, Jon Jones does it every time.
Yeah.
But it's one of them where, what could, if he did, let's just say, ping, done.
So you, like, the closer the fight gets, are you thinking it might happen?
I always do. I always root for an underdog. I don't know why. I love to see a champion get beat and see how they come back. As in GSP and Matt Serra, when Anderson Silva lost, when Chuck lost, when Randy lost. Anyone. I mean, it's one of them. Even when you look at, like, you've got certain people like Henan Barrow, animal, destroyer, and now he's working in a local kebab shop and struggling.
Is the press still on?
No, I turned it off.
Oh, yeah, okay. Just let it click.
Not the press is in, hey, here's a scoop.
Yeah. No. We have a.
Hey, press. Hey, Peter Parker, give me the news. I don't know. But when Henan Barao and like Miguel Torres, they had belts forever and then lost. I know, obviously, there's reasons why. Renato.
Maybe.
Well, yeah.
I'm saying nothing.
He used to go shopping with Vitor, didn't he? Let's be honest. To the chemist. So when you see them get beat, it's just how they come back. So there's that many cases of champion getting beat and coming back, but it's always just interesting to see what they change. And with Jon, I always want to see what the next level is because he's just been insane. And but it always concerns me with this thing that he does where he wants to beat someone by their method. It's a bit don't play with fire.
But then, I mean, that just shows me that he's kind of bored. That's what concerns me about it. Is that if he's going, well, he's the next best contender in the light heavyweight division. So one of the best 5 fighters in the world at that weight class. I won't take the easy route. I'll make it more difficult for myself. Yeah, that shows he's. Well, I mean, maybe he's trying to prove a point. There's a bit of an ego thing involved there as well, but there's definitely a boredom aspect. I mean, you don't play with your food if your food might bite back.
Yeah, true.
Like he just seems so comfortable against Santos, comfortable to the point that he was surprised at the split decision call because in his head he's just completely dominating the fight. Like Santos is not touching him, he's not really worried. A few low kicks in the first round, wasn't really that bothered about that.
I think personally that was the closest time I've seen Jon almost lose.
Apart from the armbar.
Against Vitor.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, but then he stood up and beat the shit out of Vitor. So it's sort of.
But that was a close moment.
It was close, yeah, but it was the amount of times we see shit judging and shit decisions. And obviously, I mean, we were there, and it was one of them where it wasn't like, I'll put your house on this, because knowing what the judges see sometimes and what they call, it was one of the first times I've looked and thought, I can't give that. Like, I'm not 100% confident with the shit that gets called. So it's kind of weird, like you say, because it is a boredom thing. But when you see him when he was against Lyoto Machida, and that was in Lyoto's prime, and he looked like he wanted to hurt him. When he guillotined him and just dropped him and walked away, like he was, I don't know, chip paper. It was fucking insane. And he seems to have, I don't know, it's a bit more calculated and sort of, It's mellow now.
Definitely more mellow. But then again, the press conference with this one's been a bit different. I mean, he seems to be more fired up for this one.
Do you think?
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know whether he's trying to talk it up to sell more pay-per-views or whether he's trying to talk it up to like motivate himself for the fight. Okay. Or whether he's just trying to see where Dominic Reyes' head at, because he's been saying a lot of confident things, like things he mentioned about he insinuated something relating to Jones in a post-fight interview, didn't he? Where he said something about him not needing party favourites.
Okay.
He just needs the world title. Basically insinuating that he was ready for the belt and he wasn't going to throw the opportunity away, was how I read into it. Maybe wrong, but that's what I got from it. And that was kind of how Jones treated it at the press conference as well, when like he reacted in a way where Reyes had offended him in some way, tried to antagonize him.
So claws out a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. So I don't know. So I don't know whether Jones comes out and tries to make a point of this one.
Be nice to see just that fire again, that energy.
Good point.
Do you reckon he was offended by the size of Reyes' collar? He looks like fucking Harry Hill, doesn't he? Is he hosting fucking You Been Framed or something?
Harry Hill.
Play the game.
He accused him of having a spy in his camp as well, didn't he?
Oh, really?
Yeah, during that press conference.
Who accused who?
Reyes accused Jon of having a spy in his camp.
Yeah.
Isn't it, like the amount of places I've been where pros train?
Yeah. It was the guy standing in the corner of the match with his sunglasses on. It was really weird.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, are you wearing a trench coat?
Yeah.
Is that a camera? Fuck off. Oh, hold on. Like, you definitely recognise that person. Like when Roughhouse trained, it was Roughhouse.
Yeah.
That's all that was there. There wasn't some dude at the end spying going, we're going to go back and tell Wolfslayer about this.
Yeah.
Crack on.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a weird thing. Although, I mean, I don't know. At this level, that does tend to happen. But I say it does tend to happen. It doesn't happen as far as my knowing goes. But it does in the sense of people talking about who's training in what gyms. Like the difference with boxing, and they'll like spy in the camp in boxing. Most boxers train in a camp that's designed and developed around them, whereas MMA fighters train in a gym where they're working with, various different training partners that are in different weight classes. Sometimes they'll have people come into the gym that are from a different place. Like, for example, there's a fighter training. I'm not going to mention any names because he already don't like me. There's a fighter currently training out in Thailand, and one of our friends is out there.
Okay.
And this current fighter in Thailand is fighting soon against a British fighter.
Okay.
And because our friend is British, he was a spy in the gym. He wasn't allowed to watch training.
Can we do like Cluedo and start going through names and rooms?
It's just a weird paranoia. I like that's why I like the Ultimate Fighter in comparison. There were two guys on the Ultimate Fighter that trained with each other in the 2 weeks leading up to the time they fought each other.
Yeah.
It's like Andre and Ross.
Yeah, of
How
course.
many times did they train together before they fought each other?
Oh, dude.
It's a weird paranoia, but I guess people at different levels, if you can get an advantage, or if you know somebody in the training camp, that's the thing.
I think
People
like
move from
injuries,
one place
maybe.
to another.
If someone's like, don't tell them about my bad knee.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah.
Just strapped up.
That's information, especially Jones. That's information
Yeah.
Jones would utilise against him. But
It's when someone comes out with a bad knee, so they strap both. Am I a one? Which one is it, dickhead? Kick fucking both. Oh, don't. Do you know what I mean?
yeah. So you feel like what?
I don't know. The thing is, I didn't think that Weidman was going to bingo Anderson Silva, and I didn't think that Matt Serra was going to bingo GSP.
So you're open to the idea?
Well, the thing is, it builds way more of a narrative. Mm-hmm. So it gets something a bit more stoked in that fire, because at one point there was the Jon Jones DC, Jon Jones and Gus and all the rest of it. But it's just...
Yeah, there's no rivalry now, is there?
And he's sort of come back. He had the last fight we saw, and obviously he won the fight. It was done. And it was against an absolute animal.
Yeah.
But it's like the cassette stopped and there was nothing... Like, we'd lost 10 minutes off the end. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's not like, at the minute, the whole Masvidal thing, I don't know if we're being spoilt with Masvidal, because he's just an absolute character that whoever he's interacting with, if he's punching Rocky Edwards in the face at a side press conference, or he's having a word with Usman, or whatever he's doing, it's just full tilt aggro with a bit behind him, just stood there on his phone, like, he's doing
Instagramming it all.
Yeah. But it's fucking gold.
The thing is, if I ever see an altercation with Masvidal involved, I always know there are two angles.
There's got to be.
I'm like, I'll get whatever angle the journalist is getting at the time, and then we'll get the management
get Abe's as
perspective.
well. This is what actually happened. But fair play. But that's the energy that's gone into that. Because even look at, like, Volkanovski's won the belt. We've heard nothing.
That's a good point. We've heard nothing. I do understand he's been kind of doing some tours and just seeing a bunch of people, and
Yeah, I think
maybe driving around in an open top bus.
Of course he is.
Holding
With
his
like
belt.
a cup.
I saw he got a pink stretch limo.
Of course he did.
Did he? Yeah.
Of course he did. But like, at one point there was a lot of noise all the time in all the different classes, and at the minute, even Conor came back and was like, "Oh, this is comfy, isn't it?"
Yeah. I'm surprised we're not
shit.
hearing more between Leon and Tyron, because they started going back and forth a bit. I'm surprised we've not heard any more from them.
Even Colby. I know he's got a broken jaw,
where
but
did he?
can he talk? He can still fucking talk.
He can still type.
Yeah. You're all a bunch
He's
of
going on
wankers.
aerials today.
Is he?
Yeah.
Is it?
So I'm sure he'll hit all the MMA news.
Oh, he'll have something to say then.
I hope he's not wearing a pale blue suit and a MAGA hat.
I'm sure he will be.
Like, wearing a baseball cap with a suit at the best of times.
It'd be worse if he was carrying a belt.
Oh yeah, he's still got it. Oh yeah, dude, that's gone. That's like when Hoist came back, when Matt Hughes fought him. Like, was it UFC 60?
Yeah.
Hoist came back. He's like, the champ is here, and he's not.
Yeah.
He's not.
Yeah. You just got jiu-jitsu'd by a wrestler.
What do you think has more interesting consequences? Jones losing or Khabib losing?
Oh.
Essentially, they're both
losing.
undefeated, aren't they?
I think Khabib losing for sure. Because if Jones loses, I think he gets the belt back. I think no matter who you look at in the weight division, so what? Well, let's go through the potential. I'm going to try and do this off the top of my head without having the rankings in front of me, because I always miss Corey Anderson. So I'm not going to miss you, Corey Anderson.
You're first.
You're
Well done.
first. Corey Anderson is obviously right up there. Has he got a fight with Blachowicz coming up? What's
Yes.
the dinging going on? Corey Anderson has got Blachowicz. The winner of that could quite easily be the next contender. Rakic, coming off that loss to Özdemir, he's still up there in, within 2 fights away. Özdemir's up there. Who else is there? Johnny Walker with a couple more wins potentially is back up there. And then you've got Smith fighting Teixeira next. I can see Smith getting a rematch, or a number one contenders fight after that. Or Santos is going to be on the road back from injury for a little while. But even so, I'm sure the confidence that he got from that first fight is going to motivate him to get back into contention pretty quickly. But I just don't see any of them beating Jones and then beating him again to hold the belt. I just don't. I don't think that person's in the UFC right now.
And I think that's that fire. That's what I mean. Because if he does, nothing's left a chance. I'm not saying it's Rocky 3, where it's too easy now, and you've given up till Mr. T comes along, Clubber Lang, sorry.
Yeah.
But it's one of them where it's almost close, like you say. It's kind of boring because it's just work now. Whereas there's a time when he just, even against Vitor, that armbar was insane. And that was TRT Vitor as well. So it was like pre-Vitor.
He looked great, didn't he?
Fucking did he?
Jones lost, though, he got to heavyweight. Yeah, heavyweight.
No, I think he
get
get his belt back first. Yeah, I think the only reason he goes up to heavyweight is if there's a lot of money and there's no challengers at light heavyweight right now, which I think he's kind of getting there. I think if he beats Reyes, he's maybe got 2 more contenders before he has to start recycling, because those contenders are going to battle each other out, and we're going to lose 50% of them anyway. So it just kind of leaves him in a bit of a weird circumstance without moving up to heavyweight. But then I think, I don't think there are, as far as heavyweight goes, I think you're looking at 2 or 3 fights, if that, and then he's defending heavyweight title. So then he releases the light heavyweight title for a while, and then that division starts to grow again. Well, it's kind of like pruning a tree a little bit, you know what I mean? Like you cut the top off and just let it grow. But like Khabib losing, going back to your original question, if Khabib loses, there are lots of other fighters in that division that could either fill his shoes right away as champion or step up in the future. Like we've got Felder against Hooker coming up soon. Like I could see Tony Ferguson being champ. I could see Conor going back down and being champ. Depends on how Khabib loses and what he decides to do with the loss. But
imagine the noise that would... Imagine the noise that Conor could make if he beat him.
Oh, for sure.
Because the Cowboy Conor thing was obviously dead quiet. It was quite muted, if anything. It was very respectful and fair play. And Conor had a lot of stuff he sort of had to make up for with the whole punching old dudes in bars and stuff like that. But I think something like that would just blow the lid off it, because I don't think he'd be able to contain it. Because he'd have shit for days. And the problem is, do you know what I mean?
He'd be calling for the fight in Russia as well. He'd want to do the fight in Russia.
And Khabib,
which would be huge.
Khabib doesn't want to fight for money, doesn't want to fight for this and that. But then if there's embarrassment or shame involved,
the opportunity to beat Conor up again, he'd definitely take that fight. But I also think he'll try and put Conor through the ringer a little bit at lightweight before he faces him. I could see Khabib forcing him to have a fight or 2 before.
Yeah, just engage.
Yeah,
dangerous fight, man.
Gaethje is a horrible fight.
That's what Ali Abdelaziz said yesterday in an interview. He
called him a pussy, didn't he?
Yeah, he did as well.
Go fight, just engage you, pussy.
Yeah.
Is that what he said? Yeah.
And then and then you can talk about a title shot. So now it's gone from 10 to
Gaethje and then a shot.
Yeah.
That's a horrible fight. It's a really tough fight. There are some really bad fights for Conor at lightweight, and I think Gaethje's probably top of the pile, if not right underneath Khabib.
If he uses his full skill set.
Yeah, that's the thing. See, that's the thing. But then he's like you said. Well, I mean, do you compare Conor's striking to Eddie Alvarez? I'm not sure.
Or Barboza.
Yeah.
Look what he did to Barboza.
Yeah. He's very good at walking people down, and he's very good at taking shots. And if he needs to use wrestling, he's got it. I think I think Conor's got a better chance of beating Gaethje than he has beating Khabib again. But I think Gaethje's got a better chance of beating Khabib than anybody else in the division, just
completely.
purely by style. Like Conor gets wins over people like Poirier in a rematch. I think Gaethje's a bit of a nightmare for him. I think the Hooker-Felder win is a really interesting one.
Yeah.
You know, so there are two good ones. If I'm Conor, I'm taking the winner of the Hooker-Felder fight or Poirier. That's what I'm.
I'd love to see the Poirier one again. I think the first time was insane.
Yeah. And that'd motivate Poirier to get back into properly training as well, because he seemed a bit dejected. I mean, obviously, he seemed quite dejected after the title fight.
That could be McGregor's hardest fight, I think, personally.
Poirier, the new Poirier, mate, when he was against Max.
Poirier, exactly. The
He'll have something to prove.
That was fucking bonkers.
I don't know if McGregor could just. I don't know.
Yeah, I think Jones is a bit stuck soon though. Especially, I mean, I don't know. I think the thing that somebody said this in the other day, which really is very true. Like the only thing that beats Jon Jones is time. Really,
That's it.
it's time.
Well, it's that whole Chuck thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
I mean, he was known for an awesome chin.
yeah,
His takedown in defense, his wrestling in reverse, all that shit. Walking backwards with his belly stuck out, just fucking icing people.
yeah. Just
And
dropping
then-
people as they come on.
Do you reckon he'll retire undefeated?
Jones,
Yeah.
aside from the DQ
Nah.
loss,
That one.
Dana said he's trying to get that overturned for his record.
is it?
Really?
Yeah.
But it was.
But if you
wasn't
get
legit.
but if you get that overturned, then that means you got to change the rules.
Yeah, well, Dana said it.
It was legit. 12-6 wasn't it, as well. It was.
Yeah. I mean, I have no problem with that. I'd much rather that rule be removed anyway.
Yeah.
Because it's a stupid one. So the fact that he's got a loss on his record, a DQ loss on his record from a strike that I don't think should be illegal, I don't consider
really
it a
count.
loss. Yeah, it doesn't bother me, and I'm not really mad bothered about a digit on a record either.
But if I'd have asked you the same question 5 years ago, would you have said Anderson Silva retire undefeated from a point? Because obviously when he got the belt from Rich Franklin,
Yeah.
that was just I know he has had losses.
Yeah, there was a run. It got the same with Anderson Silva. It got to the point where he just ran through the middleweight division, and then he started having a couple of like lackluster performances, and they started to move up to light heavyweight. He had that James Irvin fight.
Insane. And
Who was it?
Forrest
Griffin.
He fought Forrest first and James Irvin. Superman punched him.
Yeah,
And
that was caught
his
kick,
leg
didn't it?
and just
yeah.
punched him 6 times.
Yeah,
It
but
was
you know
insane.
you can't stay on top forever. I just we can't forget Jon Jones is 32 though. Like 32.
Is he?
Yeah, he's 32. Dominic Reyes
He
is
could
30.
be my son. Yeah, maybe I'm that old, or I was that advanced.
I mean, I don't know.
I'm an old man.
Yeah, like he's still he's still kind of right before his prime, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That weight class. And as a like you look at what heavyweights are doing in the late 30s and early 40s. Like look at Overeem. Like what's Jon Jones going to look like as a 40-year-old heavyweight? He's still going to be wrecking people. He's still going to be wrecking people. I'm not sure as he'll be able to comfortably make light heavyweight as he gets older. Maybe that'll do it. Maybe with a weight club.
That'll push him.
Yeah.
But the thing is, he's already had all those trip-ups, and he's already sort of made all the mistakes that the retired wrestlers and boxers and fighters need to come back to make the money for.
Yeah.
He's done them all. He's done them all while he had mad cash.
Yeah.
So it's like,
And he's still good.
yeah.
He said on that ESPN interview as well that he wants to dominate for the next decade. So
Yeah.
he's got no plans to retire before he's.
Yeah.
Is that the one that comes out a bit later?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was like a 5-minute
Clip,
preview.
yeah.
Is that a spoiler alert, is it?
No.
No,
You've not ruined it.
no, it's already on YouTube.
Oh, good.
It hasn't happened. So.
Yeah, no. It's
What else is on the card that you like? What do you think in the co-main event? It's always interesting to see how the war rooms do, because obviously Jones' war rooms are really, there's a real buzz about them and that kind of thing. But the Shevchenko, I was surprised that we didn't get a few more views because of the Shevchenko thing. But again, it's just no contenders in that division, are there? Like Chukagi, and most people aren't really very familiar with her.
No.
And there's not, and as far as the people I've spoken to, there aren't many people that can name anything about a game that's like, oh yeah, but she's got it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I
I think you
noticed
need
that.
that hook, don't you? That,
Yeah.
And after seeing what Valentina did last time, and just how we were
Yeah.
talking about it after the podcast last week,
And that's the thing. So Chukagian's got a split decision loss to Jessica Ai.
Yeah.
And Jessica Ai got smashed
Yeah.
by Valentina.
Yeah.
I mean, MMA maths doesn't work like that very, consistently, but that's a pretty clear one for me.
Yeah.
She just seems, and I don't mean unhinged in a bad way, but she just...
Who, Shevchenko?
Yeah.
She's terrifying. Her and her sister, her sister smiles a bit more than she does.
Yeah, but she's like a military project.
She,
So, like,
she
when
is.
she wins, it's just like... She does that dance, that terrifying, like... What did you say last week?
Oh, Mario completing 11. Thanks.
It was like Mario completing a level, just that spin. And the whole time, eyes are on you, and you think, when she stops, she's going to murder me.
Yeah.
Like, that's fucking...
It's when you realise that her head's not turning.
Yeah, but her
And the
body's
whole
going
body's
full
still
tilt.
spinning.
You're like, oh, fuck. Dude. And the thing is, but it's in such a respectful, like, humble, placid way, but placid like I'm going to kill you placid. You think, oh, fuck.
Yeah. Placid in a way that kind of just, leaves bullet shells around the gym when she's been there. Just so people know she's been in today.
Yeah, she had a shootout with a
Valentina's
coach.
been in today.
Yeah. She was in a shootout. She was in a cafe with a coach. Someone started shooting it up and a coach just like pulled out his gun and was like, all right. And she's just getting bacon and eggs or whatever the fuck she was doing. What? That's hardcore.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. She didn't even look up from the table, did she?
Did she fuck?
No.
No.
She's quite terrifying. What about the big boys on the card? We've got two lots of heavyweights. Well, we've got Taffa against Adams first.
Yo.
Who have got, 11 fights between them.
Yeah.
And
But they're just
a
massive.
hell of a lot of weight and power and size. But Derek Lewis against Latifi, that's the one I'm more interested in. That's going to be a lot of fun. Because Latifi's short for a light heavyweight. And that was the problem he had with a lot of his fights. He was the shorter fighter and he would struggle to close distance
So
down.
they give him Derek Lewis.
Yeah, but the good
Cheers,
thing
lads.
is he's gone up to light heavyweight now. So these guys aren't going to be as fast as the light heavyweights.
Yeah.
Derek Lewis doesn't move as well as
Most.
any light heavyweights that I can think of. Like, he's very flat-footed. He shows when he's hurt. You know what I mean? Like, if you hit him to the body, he's almost in tears.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know. I just feel like Latifi's got a much better chance of causing some real problems at heavyweight, because I just think he moves faster.
Be a bit more active.
Yeah. Like, think DC.
Like a DC, yeah. He's almost like the little train that could, because the problem is, he's not that small compared to us. But when you see him against, like,
He's
who did I see
fucking
him with?
thick, though.
Saw him with Stefan Struve, which is obviously a massive fucking.
Yeah.
What's he like, 9'3"?
Yeah, the tallest and the broadest in the UFC.
Exactly. But he's, I mean,
Be like standing in the Hall of Mirrors, that would, wouldn't it? Standing next to Struve.
It was like standing next to the Adams family. I was like, lurching Uncle Fester. I'm like, oh fuck, makes me Wednesday. So yeah, I don't know. I just like watching Derek Lewis because I like to hear what he's got to say afterwards.
Yeah.
He's the fucking man, honestly. Just his Instagram. Have you been on his Instagram?
It's ridiculous.
It's the best.
He doesn't follow MMA.
Yeah, he doesn't watch any of it.
No, he don't give two fucks.
Yeah.
No. I'm excited for Latifi. I think Latifi's good, and I just don't think he's quite found his stride yet. But I think he.
Do you reckon he beats Lewis then?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Lewis has just got that fucking magic wand of a fucking fist on. He's just
He
like,
has.
you're dead.
Yeah, he has. I don't know. I just think he's got good footwork. I mean, you think back to like his fight against Masasi and stuff. Like, and that was a short notice fight. He's on his toes. He's moving.
Yeah.
And I mean, he was hitting the bag when we were at the PI the other week, and the whole fucking rig's shaking. I'm like, jeez.
Lewis is pretty. He gets hurt with body shots quite a lot.
Yeah,
doesn't
he does.
I feel like someone who's a bit faster than him hits him to the body. Which
He does always seem
Certainly.
fighter by default, doesn't he? It's like, can you fight a bit?
Plus, Latifi's always got the option of taking him down.
You'll know what
He's
DC
always
did.
got that option. Yeah, Latifi's a good wrestler. We've not seen enough of it yet, but I interviewed him that post-fight interview when he fought on the Dublin card, and I walked into the octagon to interview him, and immediately
Did he
just
just pick you up?
lifted
Yeah.
me up. I'm like, I felt like I was made out of polystyrene. It was ridiculous.
Sorry, Dan.
What else is good on the card?
a shame.
Ige against Bektic. It's a shame.
Marlon Vera fight got cancelled.
Did it really?
Yeah, it's not on.
Oh, that's no good.
Off this card? Oh.
We're not going to this one. It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've been to the last few pay-per-views.
How does it feel to be in England?
It's cool though. It's quite nice.
Yeah, it's,
Because
Well, we've got Open Map. We're going to be doing a BT Sport Open Map from here on Sunday morning. So
You got the set?
We got the set. We got the beautiful canvas on the wall, the blood splattered wall.
Yeah.
It's the last couple of fight weeks have been real different though. Like that last Conor McGregor one, I was expecting there to be a real buzz around fight week around in Vegas, but there just didn't seem to be. Not until it got really close to the event. And then the one before Christmas was, maybe that was because it was up at Red Rock.
Yeah, but a lot of the they were all at different locations on each day, so there was never like an area which built up that kind of.
Yeah, there was no like crowds. Yeah, there was those back in the day, International Fight Week back in the day. I remember one year they did 3 events: Thursday, Friday, Saturday night.
Amazing.
They had a title fight on every night, and it was that was
Alvarez
co-main again. That was co-main. That was Friday night against RDA.
And
Thursday
Joanna.
night was Joanna against Carolina.
Yeah.
And then the
Saturday.
yeah, was that
Was that
Nunes
Conor?
against? No.
Was it not?
Was it Nunes against Tate?
Could have been. I don't remember that one.
No, I don't.
But I know Eddie did
I can't
because
remember who was on that.
Coco Joey was on it.
Oh yeah, I do remember.
It was.
Oh, was it
a bit-
Stipe? Yes, because he was
Yeah.
calling me O-chip. Steel pitch.
Yeah, it was but like there was like the Expo. I mean, back in the day as well, when they first did International Fight Week, and like they used to use the Mandalay Bay Convention Center. It's like this huge indoor space. You get like 300,000 UFC fans in there. You've got like jiu-jitsu tournaments going on, and there's like fucking like Tap Out would rock up in this huge tour bus, and it'd open out into a big stand, and Zion's had a big stand, and all the old school brands, they all had stands on like old stock, and they were like giving shit away and selling stuff, and like every stand had fighters doing autograph signings, and like it was mad. It was ridiculous. That was like all of a sudden, it was like MMA went from kind of just being like a little niche thing, and all of a sudden it was like
Everyone's here.
took over Vegas. It was so cool. Really, really cool.
So when did the Expo stop? Because I know the US did it twice, and then it came to England once, and that's when I went. That's the day before you fought Condit.
Yeah.
So so then they carried on in the US, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. There were a couple more years where they did expos, but it wasn't the same. Like those first couple of years, I think the first weekend I did 8 hours autograph signing on one day and 6 the next.
Yo.
And then there were events to go to in the evenings and after parties, and
Well, if you look how
it's
many
just
people
mad.
were in Vegas for International Fight Week, Jones and Santos, when we were there, because there was the UFC awards.
Yeah,
We didn't go, but when you looked at the pictures of all the people we'd been hanging around with that week were there, fucking everyone was there. So imagine if they did an expo, they'd have literally had 2/3 of the roster.
yeah. There's so much more they could be doing. Like when they do like the fighter summits. Like when's the fighter summit? Like do that around International Fight Week so everyone's in town at the same time. I'd
Have you
love
ever
to
been on
organise
one?
International Fight Week again. It'd be fucking ridiculous. We'd have Quintet going on one night. We'd have Polaris going on. We'd get a Cage Warriors going on out there. We'd get a UFC event or a fight night and then a UFC. It'd be awesome. It'd be a big expo where all the brands come back in, and jiu-jitsu competitions and shit going on. It'd be
It's weird that
amazing.
they only ever did it once in the did they only do it once?
In the UK?
Yeah.
I think so. I didn't make it because obviously I was fighting that time. But the ones in Vegas were the best because Vegas is kind of set up for expos.
Yeah.
It was like when they do like Mr. Olympia as well up in the the north end of the strip. It was the same thing. You got these fucking freak show bodybuilders walking around all juiced off their nut. But it's not the same as it used to be. Been a bit of a chill podcast today, hasn't it? Is it because it's later in the day? It's 5:30.
Is that what it is?
Normally we're a
It's
bit more
late in
upbeat,
the
aren't we?
evening.
I got my ass kicked today. That's what it. I got wizard onto my face several times by Jimmy Warled doing takedown offense. He's fucking horrible. It's just so effortless for him. He's so strong and awkward and knows every technique that you're going to do right before you do it.
It's how much he enjoys. It's how much he enjoys hurting you.
Yeah,
And how effortless he just when he was sparring the other day with Terry, and he's just like it's nothing. And Terry's a current, he was a former champ.
yeah.
And he's having a go, and Jimmy's just like, yeah, go on. And then just turns on, you're like, Oh no, don't do that.
Yeah,
Jim.
it's horrible. It's horrible.
Yeah,
I realised this morning I'm not in good enough shape to shit talk him yet.
no.
Because when we were at the gym today, like we were having a bit of a chat, a comment. Somebody made a comment about tapping with your arms trapped. Oh, we were watching some fights on Fight Pass and someone couldn't tap. It was a verbal submission. So we were just having a bit of a chat about that. And I made a comment about Jimmy not being able to tap because of his arms being
Scuba
Steved. And he just kind of, and it was like normally from back in the day training, he'd give me a bit of banter back. He'd give me some shit. But he just kind of looked at me. He was like, all right.
Oh,
Fuck.
that's like your mum looking at you when you're out and about. Isn't it? It's like,
Yeah.
no, carry on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
We'll be home in a couple of
And
hours.
you go red hot and your ears are, and you're like, this is going to hurt like fucking it. Then you're like trying to be nice to your mum. It's like, oh, do you need anything? Do you want anything? It's like, fuck off. No, you're all right. Don't need you. It's like, come on, mum. Don't scare me like this. I'm 26.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
But yeah, so he got his payback this morning. But it's coming on slowly. It was a good mat today. Brazier was there, Hepworth was there, Truman was there. We've got a good crew of guys. I'm excited for this year because I think we're going to start terrorising some people.
Speaking of which,
Oh,
did you see what happened yesterday in Streatham High Street?
no.
Terrorising people. You said terrorising.
Oh yeah,
I
there was a
did.
terrorist attack. Well,
So this dude,
it was,
this dude stabbed a couple of people. He didn't kill anyone, but he was shot immediately. Is it Streatham High Street?
Yeah.
So
Undercover police.
undercover police were surveilling a terrorist that basically got sent to prison for 3 years for promoting like mentalness.
Extreme,
Yeah.
Yeah.
extremism.
Got let out after a year and a half, as you do.
For good behaviour.
Okay. After a week, they've been following him this whole time.
Yeah.
Obviously, then stood having a quick Mackies or whatever, and it's like, hey, John, I think he's stabbing someone. And they just fucking ran over and shot him. But they were surveilling him for a week. So then he's literally just started murking people up, and he's just, then
I
obviously
think when
they
they
shot him
were
straight away.
surveilling him, though, it was just like he was under like terrorist watch, like in a big pool of other people.
Yeah, but
I don't
hold
know
on.
if they were like following him.
Is that
that
not
closely,
bonkers?
but-
Like, if you should have been in prison for 3 years, and they're that worried about you,
Yeah.
they're like, let him out. Well, what's the resource for this? Give him 7 officers, no, 8
Yeah.
armed officers around the clock.
Yeah. We'll give him a police escort everywhere he goes.
Yeah. Wait till he
a
starts.
secret one.
Wait till he starts shooting someone, stabbing someone, and then fuck him up.
Yeah.
Wicked. No, okay, approved.
Well,
Off you go.
it depends how long. It depends how long you think it's going to take for the guy to start trying to stab people. Because if it's only going to take him a week, that might not be a bad investment. You just got to catch him before he stabs people.
Mate, it makes you. It's fucking insane.
It is.
It is bonkers. The amount, and obviously not trying to get too heavy with whole terrorists and stuff.
Well-
but it just spins me out where like you see people in prison for like a weed, something to do with weed or like fraud or some shit like that, and they're there. Like you see a businessman or whatever going to prison for fucking fraud because he didn't know how to. He was insider trading by accident or something in his own family business, and he's got 15 years.
Like 60 on
Yeah,
something.
and serves every fucking day. And
Yeah.
then you've got maniacs
Yeah.
that are just like, when you let me out, I'm going to kill someone. All right, then. Is he doing that thing
We'll
again?
see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Watch. We're going to have the army follow you. Well, I'm still going to fucking stab someone before you get there.
Yeah. I think it's time for us to bring back a warrior class. That's what I think. Something separate to the military.
Hell's Angels.
More like a
And,
community
like-
guardian.
Guardian angels
Do you know what I
off
mean?
the subway.
Just like, but like, it'd be quite clear because they'd be carrying a sword. Like there's no hidden weapons there. They're not carrying knives or guns or it's a sword. You know that motherfucker's a guardian.
It's like
you know what I mean?
Kick-Ass.
Yeah, just like someone that's like we trust that person to make a judgment call in that extreme moment where that person's pulled out you know what I mean? Pulled out.
Imagine if you just had this shink. It's like, what was that? It's just Guardian. Someone just slicing it
Yeah.
off. Just slowly sliding off his
How would you
torso.
become a guardian? Though?
I'd train them.
No, but like what would
I'd put the qualifying course together and
Okay.
I'd be the trainer of the Guardians. I'd recruit a couple of old kendo masters and bring them over and
I like the
teach
League
proper
of
sword
Shadows.
fighting.
how many of them would there be though?
Well, I mean, I think you'd have to start with putting
You'd
just a
need
few
one
in
in
each
every
city,
village.
wouldn't you? One in every village.
Every corner of every village.
Or you just have them roaming. You know what I mean? You could just have them all on an app and just watch them.
You couldn't just say, "Oh, I am a guardian."
No.
Good.
No.
You can't even dress up as them. It wouldn't be like a kick-ass thing where they're all wearing
You couldn't
different
just carry
outfits.
it you can't carry a sword down the street now. But if you were a guardian, like only guardians could carry swords. I think that'd be quite cool. Because then you just know that there's someone there that can make that call.
They could be easily attacked though, couldn't they? Like that's the first thing. Like if you're gonna go, like if I was a robber,
yeah,
and I was going to a bank,
Would you go stab him
I'd
in the
go
back?
get the
Let's get rid of the Guardian first.
would you? Yeah.
Or would you like ask him a series of questions to keep him occupied? Like, excuse me, Guardian. I'm the citizen of the man. Could you tell me where the post office is? Well, funny. There used to be a post office. I robbed the bank. Yeah, so that'd be...
Yeah, that's a good way of doing it.
That's a problem, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
See, I'm
not sure how well they'd work.
I think I could train a small core of guys that you could, if there was a problematic town or city.
I think they would
you could
work
drop
better
them in
on
there for-
planes. So like,
with a
You can't
sword.
wave a sword around on a plane.
fucking
You'd
small
take
Why?
fucking people's heads
Ting,
off.
fuck. Ting. For fuck's sake.
what is this? Is a sword the quintessential aspect of
I mean, it
being a
fucking looks
guardian?
cool,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I'm not.
And I
Are you
just
talking like a katana blade or like a broadsword?
yeah.
Two-handled.
Should we have a look at some swords?
Yeah,
Got some
yeah,
swords,
Go
right?
grab some swords.
Yeah. Why are you worrying now? Just take this. Fucking TV's gone.
Warrior.
Would you wear Adidas Taekwondo trainers?
A shell suit. Like a
An
full-on
Adidas
shell suit.
Taekwondo Can you remember that?
That'd be cool to get an Adidas sword.
It'd fall to bits. It'd fall to bits. It'd be made like the flick boxing stuff they made. Can you remember Adidas Taekwondo shoes? Like the white slip-ons?
Yeah.
Dude,
People started wearing them outside.
desperately wanted a
Wear
pair.
through them in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, they were fucking just a plain Mongo
Sock shoe.
slipper. Yeah, like a sock shoe. And then Lonsdale went one better for Sports Director, made like a cheaper version. Yeah, they're proper fucking derpy.
Well, we got this one. I don't think this one's no good. I don't think personally. This is a
Rapier?
Edward the Seventh.
That's what it is.
Edward the Seventh.
What's it? What did you
Officer's
say?
blade.
Rapier.
Rapier.
There you go. Look at that.
Aren't they,
No,
is
it's
it?
not a rapier.
But that is a type of
It's
sword,
not.
right?
Yeah, the rapier is just
You knew that?
a thinner sword.
Oh, you just thought I was saying dirty words.
Yeah.
No,
Dude, that...
it's nice. That is, isn't it?
Yeah, but the thing is...
But I won't want to walk around the street with one
No,
of them.
by the time-
It'd be much more something like a Kill Bill kind of style.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know.
Or like a Legolas, you know, the two littler ones on his back.
See, imagine trying to wave that around on a fucking plane.
I think. Well,
You knock somebody out with your elbow trying to
Nah.
get out of the sheath.
Sorry, Barbara.
that's why that's why they'd be trained by you. Right?
Oh, I see. I made a fucking pig's ear out of that drawing of the sword, though, didn't I? Don't worry, it's not sharp. This one. This is a dull blade.
Goes straight through the Chesterfield.
What are the shorter kind of samurai?
So
swords?
you've got a katana is the large one. A wakizashi is the 3/4 one, and a tanto is the shortest.
Say the middle one again.
Wakizashi.
That's a good dog's name, innit? Imagine if you had a Shih Tzu called Wakizashi.
I think it's a wakizashi. Someone's gonna put a comment and tell.
He'd have his
tell
own
me I'm
fucking
wrong.
Netflix series, wouldn't he? Wakatashi and Friends.
Wakizashi.
Wakizashi.
Yeah, I'm thinking something like that would be ideal.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm. See, the thing is, I always worry if I carry a weapon, someone's going to take it off me and stab me with it. Because I was at
I
college.
used to have like with sticks that would happen.
Yeah.
To me, like,
No, stab. Ow.
it's like ripped out of my
Yeah.
hand like instantly.
And even that bit hurt. You're like, oh.
And you've whacked them really
Yeah.
hard already.
Mate, that was the worst. If you had siblings, like you'd kick them or you'd hit them with something, and the minute you made contact, you're like, sorry, don't tell mum. Do you know what I mean? Like you knew that you were just absolutely in for it. Now I can remember at college, this lad hit me. I worked with him at Thornton's.
What in the face?
Yeah, full tilt. He had a knuckle duster, and we worked together at Thornton's. I think I told this before. And there was a gay lad there called Sam, who was the nicest lad. And those two started together, and were best mates all the time. One day, we were at college, and I'd shouted to him, "Oh yeah, I'll tell Sam we're going to see you at work." And obviously, he got mad upset because he was with his gangster friends, and Sam was gay, and he then instantly took out on me. He was like, "Right, you're dead." And I was like, "Yo, we're friends. We've been friends for like a year. What the fuck?" And he was like, "No, you're fucking dead," and ran after me and just biffed me with his knuckle duster. And I was like, "Hey, come keen, across my
Yeah, I
jaw
bet it
here." So I sort of curled up in a
For
ball.
being mates with him.
Because I'd embarrassed him in front. He was in the pool room playing pool with all his mates, And I was like, yo, I'll see you at work. I'll tell Sam you're going to be there whatever time because just passing the message on. And he was like, you fucking dead. Picked up a pool cue and started running towards me. So I sort of was like, oh, fucking easy.
Did you say though, like?
I didn't say because you're both gay and you want to suck him off. I didn't do anything. There was nothing inappropriate. I was just like, and like him and Sam were dead good mates.
Yeah.
But he just took it that because I was saying I'm going to pass a message to Sam, he instantly got embarrassed thinking his mates were going to think he was like there was a problem. And so obviously ran at me with his pool cue. So his mates grabbed him as if to say, what the fuck are you doing? I sort of ran into this corridor, which he then chased me, put his knuckle duster on, went clink. So I walked around college with a Stanley knife for about a month after that. But after a while, I was walking around with this knife in my pocket thinking, I've got to get really close to put a small... Like,
just cut a line in him, just a nice straight line.
Zinc. I mean, it can't fucking hurt. But
That wouldn't be nice.
No, but so...
Get his
then,
webs.
Football hooligans used to put two blades next to each other in a Stanley blade, so you can't stitch it up.
No, oh
You
yeah.
got two blades right next to each other, so the cut would be so close
fine,
together.
and with that little
you just have to
middle
cut
bit.
over. Yeah, you just have to stitch over both of them.
But the thing is, it's not even that. Even at this weekend, after all that happened, it made me paranoid because I took the kids to Woollerton.
Beautiful place.
Amazing.
Wayne Manor.
Yes, it's fucking brilliant. Have you been to Woollerton Park? It's a deer park, but it's where they filmed.
They used it in,
is it The Dark Knight?
Yeah, Dark Knight.
So they used it as Wayne Manor, Woollerton Park. It's on the outskirts of Ilkeston. And because Stace had given me a lion the other day,
Giving you a lion?
She gave me a lion.
You got 3 dogs. Where are you going to keep a lion?
I thought you said a lion.
She did. Yeah, it was.
You shit talking to that mic. I thought you said that.
These microphones. So
a lion.
I had a lion. And
Lion.
it was fucking brilliant because I stayed up late on Friday night playing PlayStation. So she had another lion. So on Sunday, I looked over and she was absolutely knackered, and the kids were like, "Ma, ma, 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 ma." I was like, "Right, turn your tablets off. We're gonna go to the park." So now we've got 3 dogs, 2 kids in the car, and we wanted to feed the dogs. So as you know, top car park, take a right at the man end, you go all the way down this path, and there's the duck pond. So I put the 2 cockapoos on the leads because they've got poodle in them. So sometimes they see water and they're like, fucking water. It's like, and they are all about water. They're either, sometimes they want to get in, and like there's signs all the way around the pond that say, this will kill you.
Yeah.
Don't get in the water. It's bad shit. And because Ernie's a fucking derp and he's only like, I don't know, 8 months old.
Can't read signs.
He can't read for shit.
I learned to read yet.
Daddy, what's that say? Don't get in the water. This water. Fucking licking it. So Henry and Ernie are on the lead. But because Ben's an old boy, I'd leave him off the lead. But I'm now trying to corral 2 kids with bags of bread wanting pictures for Instagram, 2 dogs on this lead, and then Ben's just fucking off and doing that thing where I'm like, come here, mate. Come here, because I'm making out that I can handle my dog and he doesn't have to be on a lead and you're fucking not listening.
So what's it got to do with the poodle and water?
They're retrievers.
So the 2 dogs I've got on leads, Ben's not on a lead because he can be trusted not to go in the water because he doesn't like getting dirty. Whereas the 2 cockapoos want to go in the water and fuck my day up because I'm trying to deal with kids and what I thought was a terrorist. So this is why I get paranoid. Because of what's cracking off, this guy was just stood there and just smiling, but mad creepy, next to this tree, and just kept like looking at me, not talking, not like, all right, mate, morning, like a normal walk past, like, morning, dude, all right, yeah, not bad, you, whatever. He just sort of looked at me and was like, and trying to, like he was learning how to smile. I'm like, you fucking right. Who wants to be best friends with this dickhead was Ben the dog. So all of a sudden, when I've called Ben from the far side of the fucking park and he's made it all his way over, now he's making friends with this terrorist. So I'm stood there and I'm like, for fuck's sake, just come here, Ben. And the 2 dogs are pulling this way. The girls are asking for more bread to throw to the dogs and Ben won't fucking come back. And all of a sudden he bent down, but like looking at me and stroking Ben. And I was like, this is mad creepy. Why is no one... Has anyone else seen this? And I was terrified. Went to put his hand in his pocket and I was like, you're going to fucking stab my dog? I shit my pants. And he took a phone out and was like, can I take a picture of dog? I was like, yeah, if you want. And he took a picture of Ben. Like it was a celebrity. It was and fucked off. My fucking heart was pounding because I got in my own head to tell myself this guy's going to stab Ben where he stands for having 100 followers on Instagram.
So you thought that Ben was going to? Oh, because of his celebrity, of course, he was going to be a victim of a terrorist attack,
mate. And that's why
at
then
Wellington Park.
I thought, where's my Stanley knife now?
Where is it?
Yeah,
You could have cut his finger.
He's in my toolbox. Can I stroke you? No, you can't.
Just
stand still.
lay on this cutting mat. Lay on this cutting mat.
I could find ice him. I do a lovely find ice. So yeah, it just makes me paranoid, and especially having children, which are ladies. That's even scarier, man.
Yeah, I would be on the edge of murder all the time.
Yeah, like when we go to when we went to Vegas, edge of murder. Why? He's on the edge of murder. His kids are out again. When we went to Vegas and it's just us, I'm cool. Like I can go into open space, don't care, I'm all good. But like when it's just with the kids and Stace, and like you're in London or somewhere, it's fucking horrible because you constantly keys, wallet, phone, kids, keys, wallet, phone, kids, keys, wallet, phone, kids.
Yeah,
and
in that order.
Yeah, I need to get back home, so keys are fucking first. Dude.
Yeah,
got to get in the car. I can sleep in the car.
Yeah.
I don't need
you
my
need to
wallet for my
feed
car.
yourself, so you need money.
I've got spares in the car.
Yeah.
Keys first.
There you go.
Wallet.
Phone if all else fails.
Yeah.
And then you got to make sure the kids are
back
there.
up. Yeah. You could do it the other way around, but it doesn't work. It's fucking terrifying.
It's like John was saying on that Inside the Otscan, behind the scenes Inside the Otscan, I was talking about the grab bag. It's like, we'll just grab your phone. I'm like, you're on the fucking equator in a boat. Like the nearest beach is 1,000 miles away. Just grab your phone.
Who said that? Johnny G's?
John.
Yeah, but it's joking, obviously.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I think he said it first, and then he was like, "No, hang on a minute, that wouldn't make sense."
No, I think he
You
was
reckon?
just winding you up.
You reckon?
Yeah, I could tell.
He's fucking funny, man.
Yeah, he is, man.
Those that would
Does he use your
the
phone?
yeah.
That's giving you a stupid answer on purpose.
That with the iron. That fucking there was chocolate on the ironing board cover, which is why Johnny G's ironing board cover was short, because it wasn't off that ironing board. It was a different one. Yeah, because the other one had chocolate on it.
A chocolate on an iron
The
board?
helmet
Chocolate
of
on
the
an ironing board.
ironing board.
Helmet? Yo,
Always
that's
has
not
to
called
turn
a
into something
helmet.
sexual with mystery.
Yeah, well, I'm just trying to.
The helmet of the ironing board? The tip?
Yeah, it was exposed.
Helmet! Literally, you meant the dick end of the ironing board, you fucking sausage.
I did it on purpose.
The helmet.
Oh fucking hell!
Mom, have you ironed my shirt? Yeah, these shoulders look a bit creased. Did you get it right into the helmet? That's going to be on JML soon, isn't it?
Yeah.
A dick-shaped ironing board.
You could definitely
It
get that
was
somewhere already.
Bit
Yeah.
dickish though.
Big dick boy.
Yeah.
Big dick boy.
Anyway, I think that's a good place to cut it.
Oh, man.
I need to eat and hydrate, and
What time we on?
I don't know, short one today.
There you go.
It's 53 minutes.
Yeah, look at that.
That's not too bad. They got a little bit
That's
of
all
it.
right. It's been a long day.
Never. I love it. I love Mondays.
Right. All right. Enjoy the fights this weekend. We'll see you next time.